How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today's news video is after the season has dropped. We've got pretty much every single thing you need to know for this next season. How long it's going to run for, what's going to be expected in the season, what the season pass tanks are, how you can get them, what you can expect if you want to buy the battle pass for this season, or the season pass, whatever you want to call it. And then we've got the different season passes that you can pick up, whether I think that they're personally worth it. And then we're going to look at what the bundles are this week. We've got a fair few different operations coming out that we'll have a quick glance over. I did cover a few yesterday, so if you want to check that out at the end of this video, you can have a look at the ops and stuff that I covered yesterday. Now, first things first is obviously the Flashpoint season has been released today, so as soon as you get on, whenever you play, there'll be an update. I think it was 3.2 gigabytes on Xbox, so probably the equivalent on PS4. You know, once you get on, you'll see that there's the Flashpoint season. I think it's like a historic operation that happened in World War II. Not entirely sure on that one though, so don't quote me on that. Basically, you have the same, 100 season level season pass that you can complete, and you get specific rewards. At the end of the season, you can pick up extra XP bonuses and extra silver bonuses if you go above and beyond the level 100 to get to further like levels. And obviously, you get the season pass tanks and stuff like that. So the season as a whole will run from the 9th of March to the 27th of April. So this is probably, quite a long season. It's like a month and a half, 6-week season I expect in total, which means you've got plenty of time to be able to get to tier 100. There's going to be 6 sets of rewards to be able to get you there. You can get lots of premium tanks, and you can get your money or your gold back from completing the season for however much you pay for it. So as long as you get to tier 100, you'll get the gold back that you paid, so you can get the next season after that. Now, in terms of the actual specifics to the season, we'll have a look at those in a sec, but we'll just glance over the operations and what's actually happening in this week in particular. So we have the on-track event to the E3. I covered this yesterday in the video, so if you want more details on that, then go and have a look. But it's basically a 25% bonus XP for those of you playing the tech tree tanks leading up to the tier 10 T110 at E3. And you'll also get silver discounts, 30% off of tiers 7 to 10 and 50% from tiers 3 to 7. And then we've got the XP operation. With this one, you'll basically be able to get 25% XP. This will count for every time you get 250 assist damage in a single multiplayer battle, and you can receive that once per tank. So if you play multiple tech tree lines in the same day, you'll be able to get that extra 25% XP. So it's good if you've got a lot of different tech tree tanks that you want to grind through to get that extra XP in the battle and just progress as fast as possible. Making yourself most efficient as to getting up the lines as fast as possible. As part of the battle or the season pass, you do get key cards. I've gone over them in a previous video. They got re-rolled. I should leave a link to it at the end of this video, hopefully, and you can see what you can get out of them. If not, if you don't want to look at that, then you can go on the Wargaming website and have a look at the actual things that you can receive in each of the key cards. But it's basically you get a standard amount of gold for every single key card. So not only do you get the amount of gold that you need back from the season, you also get the key cards which give you more gold. So overall you end up with more gold than when you started the season, plus premium tanks. You do get the long haul operation, so this is a case of you can complete 2 full 75 win games in multiplayer battles. So if you win 75 games within the week, you'll be able to get yourself a key card. You can do that twice per week, and it resets every week. So that runs from the 9th of March to the 16th. Whether they'll continue this after the 16th of March, to the 23rd, not entirely sure. They haven't given us that much. But it does reset weekly, so I would assume that it would run for the entire season. But yeah, we haven't been told that definitely for that. We've got discounted premium tanks and premium bundles, which we will go over. straight away. Now, I'm going to be a little bit briefer on this front this week, just to go over them and tell you which one I think would be the best for you. This first bundle is the all-in bundle. You'll get the HMH K, the Chieftain T95 and the Aguila Hawk 30. All of them are fairly decent tanks. The Chieftain T95 is actually quite underrated, and it's actually a really good medium tank for the British lines. You know, the HMH K, pretty weak frontally now. I feel like premium rounds can just pen the lower plate. You know, I was playing the Defender, you just load premium against it and it just doesn't have armor. So yeah, the frontal armor is not as good as it is on PC, and yeah, I just feel like this tank is a bit worse on console, and you know, it's going to be debatable whether you want to actually pick this bundle up, because although they're good tanks, a few of them in there, you know, the K and the Aguila are pretty mediocre, and I wouldn't say that they're overpowered. You know, yes, the K does have armor, but it isn't as good as, you know, you might expect from a K on PC. So don't think that when you buy this on console. You know, 11,000 gold isn't a bad price to pick up 3 tier 8 premiums, but it's certainly something I wouldn't focus on out of this week's bundles. The next one is the expanding possibilities. You've got the Brazilian Bulldog, which is a pretty mediocre light tank, I'm not going to lie. Even after the buffs, I don't think it's particularly fantastic. You got the T26 E5. I believe that is similar to the Patriot. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is very similar, if not the unskinned Patriot. Do I think it's fantastic? Not really, not in particular. I think that it's, you know, a pretty average premium tank, especially for a heavy. You know, you've got a little bit of armor. Hull armor's pretty terrible. I'm not going to lie, you're not going to be bouncing very many shots. It's more like a heavily armoured medium. Yeah, I don't think it's particularly amazing. You've got the Javelin, Kruppstair, Waffenträger as well. Tier 7 this one is. This one's something that it could be really interesting for those of you who like the Borsig, but it's not one I would necessarily focus on getting. The good thing about this bundle is obviously it is less than 10,000 gold for 3 premiums, which is good, and you know, you do get that 60% savings. Do I think that this is a good one? I suppose if you haven't got any of them or haven't played any tanks like them, then it could be interesting for you to try out. Would I say it's a definite must? No, not really. The next one is the Instructor Duo. This one is the Vengeance T25 and the Lerva. In terms of the savings, it is actually quite good because it's less than the Lerva at full price, and you'll also get 2 tier 8s for that. The Vengeance T25, it's an alright tank. You know, it's nothing majorly overpowered in game. The Lerva is a really good heavy tank actually, comparatively. The accuracy is fantastic and the gun's actually really, really good. The only problem is the DPM. The armor can be weak, but the hull armor is actually fairly strong for tier 8. Like it does actually bounce a few. So yeah, you'll find the tank fairly decent, so long as you know how to angle and stuff like that, and use your turret armor, which you do get a decent amount of. 9,000 gold, I think that one's probably the best so far in terms of the bundles, just because the Lerva is actually a really good one, and you do get the extra tier 8 premium for it. Then the next one is Animal Mayhem. This is the Bear KV-122, pretty average tank, and then the Tiger 131 being pretty overpowered, to be honest with you. You know, 8,500 gold for 2 tier 7s. They're not going to earn you much silver, and I think you'd be better off waiting until you just get the Tiger 131 on sale, because the Bear is not particularly fantastic, and yeah, you're paying 8,500 for one decent tank and a pretty average, mediocre, pretty fail kind of tank right there. So yeah, maybe just wait until the Tiger 131 comes on sale, because that is a pretty broken one. And then finally we have the T23 E3 and the Aufklärungs Panzer Panther. Now, definitely for sure, because I have the Aufklärungs Panzer Panther, that is actually fantastic as a light tank. It's like a Panzer 5.4 but a tier 7. because you do have that panther hull. You go like 60 in it. Yeah, it's got a fantastic gun, and you can definitely make use of it. It's really, really good. The T23E3, on the other hand, is a really fast firing medium, and they can both be used quite well. I think 6,000 gold is probably the best one this week in terms of what you get. For enjoyment purposes, definitely the Aufklärungs Panzer Panther is a really, really fun one to play. So that's a key thing I find on the game. Often I don't find that many really fun tanks to actually play, but definitely this one is a good one. And I like the T23E3 as well. So, you know, they're two decent ones, and I think out of the bundles they're not fantastic this week, but this one is probably the best one so far, and that's the only ones that we've been given so far as well. So yeah, I think that the bundles this week are pretty lackluster. I don't think there's anything massive in there that I would definitely want people to focus on, but I do think that these ones are fun tanks to pick up and to use, and they're a bit novel and not much like them in game. Obviously, the discounted premium tanks are 15% off of anything that I mentioned as part of the bundle. So whatever's in the bundle is 15% off in the tech tree. So if you want to pick those up, you can. We then have 50% off on the weekly deals. These are the Wraith Panzer 58. It's the Panzer 58 Mutz with a skin, basically. I think it may even have spaced armor on it. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look like this, as you can see. The skin is really nice on it, and it's a Halloween tank, or it was released as a Halloween tank a long time ago. Turret armor is pretty weak. The Mutz has been left a little bit behind, I'm not going to lie. You know, it used to be fairly decent, but I think at the moment it's not one I'd really particularly like. And definitely when you look at the other weekly deal, you'll be wanting to pick this one up. The Panzer 5 for the broken tier 5, do you know what, it kind of pains me when they sell this tank, because it really is just that broken. I think, you know, it's not one I would promote selling, because it is just that overpowered, and it's going to ruin the low tiers and the low tier matchmaking. I think if you haven't already got it, it's one to pick up, because it is only 1,700 gold. You'll have so much fun in it as long as you kit it out right, and maybe I'll do a video on the equipment at some point within the next couple of weeks, or the next week or so, so that you guys can know. But this is the one that I would definitely purchase if you haven't got it already, just because it is broken. Yeah, I don't know how often it comes on sale. I mean, I've seen it quite a few times, just because I think Wargaming know it's broken, and people, and that they know they're guaranteed to make money out of it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them just keep on selling these broken tanks. But yeah, now we'll move on to the actual season pass for you to have a look at. Basically, we'll go through what rewards you can actually get from the season, what's confirmed and stuff like that, so when you hop on the game you'll know exactly what's what. The T77 is the standard battle pass reward tank for reaching tier 100. It's the auto-loading 3-shot American heavy tank. Is similar to the T57 heavy at tier 10, but except this one's at tier 8. So what's key features about it? Obviously it's fairly mobile. You know, you've got a good gun, you make 50% silver, which is always good. You know, you've got alright hull armor, well, pretty weak, you're not going to be bouncing too much. Turret armor is pretty weak as well, but you do get a nice bit of gun depression. 360 damage per shot with 3 shots in a clip. The rate of fire is 4 rounds a minute, so you know you've probably got around 1300 DPM, which is absolutely shocking for a tier 8. I really think that's terrible. Probably could do with a buff, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's way too far. You're reloading for 40 seconds and then you have to wait 4 seconds to unload your clip, so you've got a 44-second reload in total. Yeah, not really very good at tier 8, and I think it'll be a bit of a weird one to play just because of that long reload, and yeah, it's going to be quite difficult to survive that long engagement where, you know, once you've fired off your clip, you haven't got anything else to do. Then you've got the CS52 list. This is the Polish medium tank at tier 8. Unfortunately, this is part of the Ultimate Season Pass, which obviously Wargaming are trying to sell off. It's like I think 11,000 gold to be able to pick that up. Yeah, I don't think that this is particularly very fair, because obviously if you want to train up a Polish crew, this is the easiest way to do it without spending gold. But then, you know, you could just swap one of the ones you have in your garage into the Polish tanks when they come. So I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, you could get this to train up a crew before you get fully kitted out your crew. So yeah, I don't think there's any reason to necessarily purchase this tank unless you want the Ultimate Season Pass and you're willing to spend, you know, 30 something pounds every single season to get the full battle pass with all of the tanks available in the season. I think you can purchase the tank for 10,000 separately, but at that point you might as well just buy the season pass, the Ultimate Season Pass anyway. So yeah, if you're looking to get this tank, just buy the Ultimate Season Pass. But I wouldn't recommend actually just getting it. The tank bundles that you can buy in the store, if you want to buy both of them straight away without having to faff about getting the tier 100, you can purchase them for 30,000 gold. I would never ever recommend spending that much gold in one amount. You know, you're probably looking like £100 just to get these when you can get them for free. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. You know, you're paying for all of these silver and XP boosts as well, so, and they're really overpriced in my opinion, so that's just boosting the gold value. So the 10% savings, you're actually probably losing 10% if you just wanted the tanks on these consumables, because they're probably boosting that cost by 20%. So yeah, although it says 10% savings, it's really not. Yeah, I don't think that I would ever recommend this to anyone. It's way too much gold for you to pay, and you can just get it from the season anyway. So just buy the season pass for 2,000, get the T77, because if you play the game you'll get it. And then the 52 list, you can just buy the Ultimate Season Pass, which is 11,000. So just do that instead. Definitely don't buy the T77 for 14,000 gold, considering you can get it for free as part of the Battle Pass for 2,000 gold. Yeah, don't do that. And then you can buy the Polish one if you want separately for 10,855, and that comes with a skin as well. So that's 11,000 nearly. You know, just buy the Ultimate one if you really want it that bad. The T77 Hero Skin Earn Challenge, so this happens after you've got the T77 or completed like the season. So once you reach season level 100, you can then earn a 150,000 or more XP in any number of battles when you actually play the T77 Heavy Tank. So you have to earn 150,000 or more XP in it, and then you'll get the skin for it. So you can then, I think that they'll have a limit as to when you can complete this, so the 11th of May. So you've got plenty of time, even after the season ends, to be able to get this skin on the tank as well. So make sure you do that before the end of this assignment. And then moving on to the last couple of bits, this is the actual season pass and what you can expect to get with it. We've got a few interesting commanders that you can actually pick up. You've got Wojciech, I think. This is the bear hero commander, and you'll get that at level 75. So you actually get a bear. Whether they have the actual sounds in game as to, like, you know, bear sounds, I don't know, but I can't speculate on that yet, since I don't have any info on that. Completing level 100, you'll also get the Polish tier 8 heavy tank. This is the 50 TP prototype. So yeah, you'll get that as part of the free one. So that was in the game previously, but you will get that for reaching level 100. It's similar to the King Tiger last season. So you'll get that tank as your free reward if you don't want to purchase anything on the game. That will be the one you'll get at level 100. Here you can see that you will get the ×2 XP on every multiplayer battle for the rest of the season once you complete the level 100, and you'll get a 25% commander XP bonus after you get an additional 18 levels, and then when you reach an additional 24 levels you get a 25% silver bonus as well for every game that you play in. So if you play the game a lot, you'll get all of these boosts on screen right now. as soon as you've completed got to level 124. And then this is the season pass. These are kind of the key things. You'll get the T77 obviously. When you reach level 100, you'll get specific season exclusive emblems that you can see on screen right now. You can get a new hero commander. This is Creighton Abrams hero commander, so you can get him. You can also get another tier 8 premium medium tank in the Type 59-2. This is the better version of the Type 59 because, you know, they need to just make tanks that are better than the previous ones. And then you can get the T77 obviously, and the T77 hero skin earn challenge. Now you can actually, if you already own the Type 59 or you own the 50 TP prototype, you will get the silver value of the tank if you already get it when you receive that tank at whatever tier that it is in the season pass. If you have the ultimate pass, so this is the more expensive one, you know, the 11,000 one, you'll get the Liss, and you'll also get Edmund Orlick hero commander, so that's the guy that also had the Orlick's medal in game. So yeah, you'll get him within the game if you get the ultimate pass, and that's 11,600 gold to do that. Flashpoint season level skips, so it costs 250 gold per level to skip it. Would I ever recommend doing that? Absolutely not. It's way too much. You know, to skip to level 100 it costs 25,000 gold, which is ridiculous. Oh, no way would I ever say anyone should spend that money on just the season pass. It's so easy to get them when, you know, multiple weekly challenges are actually out there and you're just completing challenge after challenge after challenge. It really doesn't take too long. But yeah, if you want to get it straight away, I guess you can spend that money, but then again, it's really not worth it because, you know, there's not much of a key thing on getting a tank first. Yeah, just wait and just actually get it yourself through playing. It gives you something to do as well. And then we'll look at the rewards. I'm not going to go through every single reward, but the key ones are that you can get 2,100 gold in total from completing the season pass. You know, that includes free rewards as well. You'll get 3.5 million silver, loads and loads of days of premium time. You know, you're probably looking at over a week's worth of premium time throughout the whole battle pass, probably even 2 weeks. You've got loads of XP boosters, you've got camo vouchers, you get 2 confidential key cards, I believe they're called, which come in at level 55. You get 2 confidential key cards throughout the whole pass. You get 1 top secret key card. You also get 1 classified key card too, so that's extra gold that you'll get. So, you know, if you play the game and you're willing to get to season level 100 just by playing, then if you have 2,000 gold spare on the account, you can actually make more than you actually spend that season on the season pass. So it's 100% recommended. Plus you get premium tanks, you get loads of silver and all of these different various things. You get the emblems, etc. So it's really worth doing if you play the game a lot. Other than that, we have some challenges, obviously the hero skin challenge, and there'll be loads of different stuff that you can get in game. Remember, when you purchase the season pass, you also get multiple new weekly challenges apart from the standard ones. I think you get 4 more every single week, so that'll get you up the challenge levels even faster than than not having the pass at all. So that's everything you can actually get as part of this season. We'll have a look at the update preview information as to the final things that kind of came in during this update. The personal offers this week are the Chimera. I think that that's a pretty decent tank. We've got the Hellcat 105, which is just flat out broken, and the Poodle Panzer 5, which is just average. It's alright. It's nothing fancy. We've had a few changes and fixes. We've got added the new Mississippi flag to emblems. They fixed names of Polish winter camouflage, fixed shell names for the HMH M51 Super Sherman. They fixed camera rotation in appearance tab when a 2D commander is equipped. Fixed floating trees on highway and vineyards. Fixed clipping into rocks on mountain pass. And they fixed floating rocks on El Haluf. Fixed rocks on Kasserine at F8. That will cause you to get stuck, and they fixed unexpected collisions on Arctic region. and they fixed a spawn point on Abbey that would place the tank partially in a rock, because, you know, that's really fantastic by them. But that is literally all of the news for this week. There was a lot of it. I hope you guys kind of found it informative, the video anyway. We've gone through quite a lot. If you need any kind of clarification on anything, then definitely do that in the comment section down below. Remember to subscribe to keep up to date with all of the World of Tanks console content, and you can do that in the just below this video. Just subscribe, and also you can like the video to see more content more regularly on your browse feature on your phone if you want to. Hit the notifications to be alerted every single time a video goes live on my channel if you really want to. But other than that, your viewership is more than anything I need. Thanks everyone for watching the video. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.